Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm sharing some super important real estate law tips and legal pointers that every buyer, investor, and property owner should know. So, story number 14, Comprehensive Land Use Plan or Republic Act 7160 or EO 72. Engineer Gabi wants to convert a 10-hectare agricultural field into an industrial factory park. He checked with the Municipal Planning and Development Office or MPDO to see if his proposed project aligns with the town's classification map. So what you need to know, number one, zoning ordinance and CLUP. Every LGU passes a zoning ordinance based on its CLUP. So comprehensive land use plan to categorize lands into residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural, or forest zones. Number two, reclassification limits. So, LGUs can reclassify agricultural lands to non-agricultural uses up to a specific percentage cap. So, highly urbanized cities and independent component cities, 15%. Component cities and first to third class municipalities, 10%. 4 to 6 class municipalities, 5%. Story number 15, Pag-ibig Fund Law or Republic Act 9679. The story, Ma'am Connie is newly hired real estate professional earning a monthly salary. She wanted to know if joining the Home Development Mutual Housing Fund or Pag-ibig was optional or mandatory and how it helps home buyers. So what you need to know, number one, mandatory coverage. Under Republic Act 9679, Pag-ibig Fund coverage is mandatory for all employees covered by SSS and GSIS. Number two, housing loan purpose. It provides affordable, long tenure for residential property acquisition, lot purchase, construction, or home improvement. Okay, the story of Mateo or capital gains tax, National Internal Revenue Code or NIRC. Mateo sold his residential house and lot in Manila for 5 million. The BIR zonal value was 6 million, while the assessor's fair market value was 4.5 million. Matthew asked his broker how much capital gains tax or CGT he needed to pay to the BIR. So what you need to know, number one, capital gains tax rate or CGT on individual sales or capital asset real property is 6%. Number two, tax-based rule or the 6% tax is based on whichever is higher. Among gross selling price, 5 million. BIR zonal value, 6 million. Assessor's fair market value is 4.5. So computation, since the BIR zonal value is the highest, 6 million, so 6% times 6 million plus or equals 360 CGT. And number four, deadline must be filed and paid within 30 days from the date of notarization of the deed of absolute sale. Story number 17, State Tax and Succession Republic Act 11213 or NIRC. The story, Grandpa Edgar passed away, leaving a family home valued at 10 million to his legal heirs. His heirs wanted to transfer the land title to their names but needed to settle the state tax first. So what you need to know, flat state tax rate under the Train Law Republic Act 10963, state tax is a flat of 6% on the net estate. So number two, standard deduction. The law grants a standard deduction of 5 million for citizen or resident plus a family home deduction up to 10 million. Deadline, the state tax return must be filed within 1 year from the resident death. Story number 18, the story of Mrs. Clara, donor's tax or gift tax or NIRC. The story, Mrs. Clara wanted to donate a residential lot worth 2 million to her daughter as a wedding gift or inter vivos donation. She checked with her accountant regarding the tax rate of donations. So what you need to know, flat donor's tax rate under the Train Law, donor's tax is flat rate of 6% of total gift in excess of 250 made during a calendar year. Alright, so number two, exemption threshold. The first 250 total net gift per year is exempt or 0%. Number three, deadline must be filed within 30 days after the date the gift donation is made. So that's all. Thank you very much. Please like and share if you want more vlogs like this. See you in the next vlog. Thank you.